Welcome everyone to this July 8th edition of What's Happening in Crypto with CryptoLark, broadcasting to you from New Zealand and bringing you all of the latest from the crypto world and beyond. Today in the news, big developments out of Ethereum, all of the latest from exchange news, and a few project updates at the end, as well as an exciting giveaway, so stick around. Bitcoin, $6,826, up 7.14% in the last 7 days. Nice. Well done, Bitcoin. Of course, we are still so far away from recovery, it's not even funny, but it's always encouraging to see that bit of green in the market. On to our first big Ethereum story of the day. Ethereum Sharding slated for 2020. 2020? Guys, come on! The competition's getting serious, Ethereum. 2020 is a long time away. It doesn't even say when in 2020. We really need to see Ethereum scaling in a massive way. We already see it getting bogged down. We have one exchange which is running this promotion via account voting, and so it's basically brought the Ethereum blockchain to, I wouldn't say a standstill, because you can still get transactions through, but the transactions cost so much to get through that that's just not cool. It's not operable. It's not functional like that. Seeing sharding coming on board is very, very important. And seeing a lot of other developments come on board as well, like Plasma. And Vitalik tweeted just recently that he's really excited to see 3 different Plasma projects coming on board in the near future. They're very close to releasing something. Loom Network, for example, is mentioned as one of the 3 that are coming up very soon. It's really important to see all of these different pieces of the puzzle coming together. It's unfortunate that sharding is going to take so long, but seeing Plasma coming on board, that would be a very important step and would go a great way towards helping the Ethereum blockchain reach its full potential. Speaking of the Ethereum blockchain, the guys over in Zurich have made a revolutionary smart contract scanner to ensure 100% accuracy in Ethereum contracts at all times. Time will tell how 100% this actually is, but this is a very encouraging step to happen, because we can all know that a bug in a smart contract can be highly problematic. Vitalik Buterin was having a fireside chat at the TechCrunch the other day and was quoted as saying the following about exchanges.
Definitely personally hope centralized exchanges burn in hell as much as possible.
Oh, Vitalik. He's strangely robotic, isn't he? But he does make a good point that really centralized exchanges are part of the problem. And as much as I might love Binance or enjoy the user experience over on Bittrex, decentralized exchanges are without a doubt the way of the future for cryptocurrencies. And that's an important thing to keep in mind. Even Binance recognizes that and is making their own decentralized exchange. Because when you have this situation of having to pay exchanges millions of dollars for exchange listings, and they become the gatekeepers for what does or does not become popular, for what gets attention or for what doesn't get attention. The fact that we have a meme, when Binance, is in of itself worrying. That being said, let's talk about some centralized exchanges here for a few minutes. Huobi cryptocurrency exchange will be launching a US subsidiary. They're calling it HBUS, but this will open up American customers to Huobi. Now, Americans do have a lot of choices. Unfortunately, they won't be listing all of their cryptocurrencies that are available over on Huobi on the HBUS exchange. So this is kind of a half measure, if you will. The Winklevoss twins, yes, the most debonair twins, have hired a top New York Stock Exchange exec to their crypto exchange. The Winklevoss twins seem to be on a crusade to make cryptocurrency exchanges as professional as possible. However, there is still no word about a Gemini decentralized exchange. It will remain a centralized exchange for the foreseeable future, although it is one of the better ones when it comes down to it. West Japan Disaster Relief Donation Fund. The guys over at Binance are putting up $1 million to help people who have been affected by recent flooding over in Japan. Always nice to see those giving back. And if you want to donate yourself, they have got the Ethereum address where you can send Ethereum or tokens, and they will donate those across to people who've been affected by that flooding. BeGoGo! Wake me up before you go, BeGoGo. Here we go. Let's go. So, BeGoGo is one of those new negative transaction fee exchanges. What does that mean? That means that for using their exchange, instead of having to pay transaction fees, you actually get their token back for using their exchange, which is an interesting model. If you look at some of the people supporting this, so these will be the super nodes in BeGoGo, Pantera, Hashed, and a lot of the other top venture capital funds. You can see this has got a lot of interest from a lot of people. Very interesting model, this negative transaction fee. So now I'll try and get a report out for you guys on one of these exchanges. It might even be BeGoGo, but certainly it's a curious model and it's worth examining. Will this model shake up the exchange industry? Or should we just be waiting for the decentralized exchanges to come and save us? Save us, decentralized exchanges. You're our only hope. A new era for capital markets. The Swiss stock exchange is launching its own cryptocurrency exchange. Wow. Seeing stock exchanges launching their own crypto exchanges, that's pretty next level. And I'm unsurprised that it's Switzerland, because they have been very pro-cryptocurrency overall. But this takes it to the next level, without a doubt. All we need now is for the New York Stock Exchange, and there has been rumors that that might happen, to launch their own cryptocurrency exchange. And boom. Talk about going mainstream. Another upcoming exchange project, actually a Swiss-based one, is BitMax. Now this is being backed by Bitmain apparently. Still quite new on the ground, but they're looking to do really high net worth individual services, also some ICO services and things like that. And speaking of Bitmain, Bitmain investing $50 million in the Opera web browser. Now, Opera was having a $115 million public offering. Bitmain bought about 40% of that, which is a pretty substantial chunk. What they see in investing in Opera, well, that's a different question. Perhaps they have their own certain aims that they would like to achieve. Maybe they're just diversifying their investments and they see Opera as a potentially great investment to make. Remember, Bitmain has got a lot of money currently. After their second funding round recently, Bitmain is currently worth $12 billion. Mining more Bitcoin and Litecoin and lots of other coins every single day. It's kind of like the California gold rush. The guys who were selling the picks and the shovels are making a bucket load of money. Well, actually, they're selling the picks and the shovels, but they're also running a mine. So Bitmain is doing pretty well indeed. And some project updates for you. The WePower platform has been launched. If you'd like to go over and invest in Conquista Solar, they have 300 megawatts ready for auction. So you can actually go and partake in those auctions if you are a WePower holder. Crypto.com has been bought by Monaco. Because when you have a lot of extra ICO funds rolling around, why not buy a highly expensive domain name? Pretty good domain name to get though. Crypto.com must have cost them a lot of money, but that is where you can now find Monaco. And final story of today, WanChain and PundiX are teaming up ahead of PundiX's global retail debut. We had seen them recently hanging out, but it's nice to actually see that there is a confirmation that they will indeed be partnering up, so you'll now be able to use WAN chain or WAN coin on the PoonDX terminals, which is a great step. And of course, now we have about 10 different cryptocurrencies available on the PoonDX terminals. And finally, I've got a great giveaway for you guys. We had some CryptoLark shirts made up. This one is a large female shirt. So if you have someone who fits that size, or you yourself fit that size, put it down in the comment section below saying something like, I would love a shirt, Lark, and you can be in to win, and we'll be drawing the winner on Tuesday. Thanks so much for watching the video. Let me know what you think about any of today's news stories in the comment section down below. Thumbs up the video, share these videos around the internet to help our community grow. Join the conversation over on Twitter. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.